All yours, Steve.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Oh boy, you guys ought to be in the green room. Holy crap! Well, welcome to the show. Claude said I had to open the show, so welcome everybody. How is
Welcome.
everybody? Huh?
Go ahead.
Hey, Gail. Good morning, Gail.
Hey,
How are you?
good. How are you?
Oh, I'm here. I'm here. Oh, what? We don't have Jerry. Jerry disappeared.
What happened to Jerry?
I don't know.
I'm here.
Why are you making me big? Hello.
I think we're waiting for you to give the rundown of who's in chat.
Well, I'm waiting for
Bingo.
somebody to tell. I'm waiting for somebody to tell me to do it, but okay, I'll do it anyway. Anyway, good morning. We've got KC Railroad, and if you told us your first name, I don't remember. Anyway, good morning, Rob T Man. Good morning, Lynn McCurdy, JD, Grandpa Rails. Good morning, my buddy Bernard. What's up, Bernard? I may be in your neck of the woods in a few days. Rob T Man, Schuylkill River Valley John. Good morning, John. More Johns, lots of Johns. Gerald Stewart. Good morning, Gerald. Happy Valley Hobbies. Good morning. Uh, let's see. I know we got. Oh, there goes the neighborhood. Steve Anderson. What's up, Steve? Let's see. And my good buddy Chris Brew. How are you, Chris? Let's see. We got Dan's model railroading journey. Well, I tell you what, we got a journey. Hot dog pilot Andy. Good morning, Andy. And I know that I've missed somebody. So let's see. Gail, Gail, what are you doing in there? Man. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Hope your week was good. I know mine's been busy.
I had a really good week. As a matter of fact, since we don't have a specific topic, correct?
We never do.
We never do.
Since when?
So earlier this week, this arrived.
Box.
And
Wow, I like boxes.
I'm not good at doing unboxings. I've done one unboxing on my channel, but this is about 10 pounds of HO standard gauge cars that Lynn McCurdy donated to me. Wonderful. I can't thank him enough. Here's an example of one of the cars that I got.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
that's cool. That's
Nice.
cool.
Yeah, this was the top of the cool list as far as I'm concerned. Now I have no idea what era this would have actually been on a railroad. My guess is it's way later than what my railroad will be. But in addition to
That's
things
a
like that, I also
that's a
got
good
some
example of a
outfits.
shiftable load.
Do what?
That's a really good example of a shiftable load.
Yeah, might be a little high centered. I don't know. But that I also got cars that absolutely will work for my era, and if nothing else, oh wow, here's a load of washers. I'm presuming that this was weighed appropriately for the length and type of car. But I'll have something that I can immediately make use of on the standard gauge just as soon as it's ready to go. So that was very generous of Lynn. I can't thank him enough.
pretty cool.
Very,
Yeah.
very cool.
Look
Well
at
done,
that.
Lynn. Well, there's Bill with his hat on now,
Nice.
so you guys can
Yeah.
relate.
Yeah, I was telling before the show, went to a
Give you the
place called
thumbs up.
Elephant World. Elephant World today. Rode an elephant, saw elephant shows, had a great time. Bought the Thailand hat, straw hat. So I'm all set.
We'll get a good look at it there. There we go.
Now,
Yeah.
is that a traditional Thailand hat? It doesn't look traditional
Oh, no.
Thailand to me.
No,
that's
no,
Western
no, no.
hat.
This isn't traditional. So there is a large interest in the American West here. A lot of advertisements of cowboys and Indians type thing. So there's a lot of this style of hat that a lot of people wear. It is perfect for working out in the fields and other stuff to keep the sun off your face. So it's like, got this. Eventually I'll get a real good traditional hat. But, finding my way around Thailand, and of course, necessities. You can see this Pringles original chips. It's like I'm in heaven.
That's kind of interesting. Does the food there, are there any examples of kind of brand name American food there that you've discovered taste entirely differently than it did over here? Like, does a Pringle taste the same in Thailand as it does in Virginia?
Mostly. So the only thing that I have found that tastes absolutely the same, and I mean perfectly the same, is Jiffy peanut butter. So I get that at the local market, and the peanut butter tastes exactly the same. I can get like Prego spaghetti sauce, noodles, and there's a slightly different taste than what it would be in the States. Same with other stuff.
I've got
a fair amount of Western products, that I can get that I found because I've looked. I enjoy the Thai food, I really do. But having a handful of Pringles is fine. And I like the sour cream and onion ones best, and I ate that can.
Okay, I got a question for
It's mostly the same.
I got a question for you, Bill. Okay, the food that you buy in Thailand that's supposedly like you have in the States that tastes different. Have you found any that taste better than what we have in the States? Or is it just different?
Well, that's pretty subjective.
Yeah, it's slightly different. I will say, like the peanut butter, I think tastes better, but it's because I just haven't eaten peanut butter in a long time, and it feels pretty good in the morning to make a peanut butter sandwich and chow down. But everything is about the same. They've got American branded apples, but they grow in like New Zealand, so a lot of New Zealand stuff. And yeah, the rice tastes kind of the same. It's wide variety of rice types here, but yeah, rice is rice. Although there's different kinds of white rice that you can have, especially in America. The Chinese and Asian restaurants use a different kind of rice than what you get at the market. There's variations.
I like Dwayne's. It's just he never went to Thailand to eat American food. And let's see, what was it? Steve Anderson, of course, has a crazy. Bill, do you have any shrimp burgers at McDonald's?
So there's no McDonald's anywhere close. The closest thing that is here that's Western to me is about 15 clicks, about 10 miles, is a KFC. And the KFC tastes nothing like American KFC. And to be honest, I don't like it. There's in the village here, you can get real fried chicken, like what Mom makes. It's great. It's like I abandoned KFC except to go in and get an ice cream cone when I go shopping at a market near there.
Now, is that Southern fried chicken?
Yeah, Southern fried chicken. It's like it's delicious. Chicken wings, chicken legs, and I'll sit down, and they'll make it for breakfast and French fries. It's like, what? I can stomach that for breakfast once in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, McDonald's, the closest McDonald's is probably about 65 miles from here. It's near one of the airports that I'll fly into and occasionally stop there. And it doesn't taste as good as the McDonald's in the States. Slightly different products make it. But still, a quarter pounder is close to a quarter pounder in the States. And I know that when I head back home, back U.S. here in a couple of weeks, 2.5 weeks. First place I'm going to hit in the Svanapol Airport in Bangkok is McDonald's. Got to have some of that.
How long is the click? How big is the click?
Kilometer, a kilometer is like
okay,
approximately
so
1.5 miles.
a click is a kilometer then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah, or I should say, a kilometer is less than a mile. It seems like. Yeah.
Bernard
So
says
everything's in kilometers here, and I've driven, my pickup truck that I got a few weeks back. I've already put on about 1,500 miles driving around, and going different places.
Hey,
Yeah, there
Bernard
you go.
says it's nice to see Gail keeping an eye on Dennis this morning.
Yeah. That's
He needs it.
much needed, Gail.
Is this a makeup for you making him go last week camping or whatever?
Yeah, he said I had to be here.
Okay. Actually, I think that was Claude's idea.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I think.
Yeah.
So a kilometer is 1,000 meters, which is equal to 3,280 feet.
Yeah, so about 2/3 of a mile, roughly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because
So it's been-
1,500 meters is real close to a mile.
I'm
That's
just
pretty
happy
good.
to pick up.
We got 31 people in chat for 10 minutes, and we haven't said a word about trains.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I can get it started on trains.
I
getting ready
tried to start us
doing a
off on the
project.
right foot with cars.
It didn't.
Well, I
It
blame Steve if he started the show. So.
It didn't stick. Yeah.
I'm going to start doing kit building stuff that I brought. I'm going to start working on this little jobby here, Rusty Rails, because I got a whole box of this stuff at the Caboose Stop Hobbies months ago when I was there. A little bit of nothing, and traded off some old HO equipment I had. Got lots of this in O scale. I'm going to start doing some building on that. And I have figured out that the first thing that I'm going to do here is going to be a shelf switching layout. And I'm going to do it in HO scale. So when I go back, I'm taking 2 suitcases. Both of them are going to be essentially empty. And, you can get 50 pounds of stuff per suitcase that you check. So when I do come back here later on, I'm going to be able to have HO scale equipment. I've got a whole bunch of HO. Oh, I guess if you do this, it gives you the automatic thumbs up.
I got that too, and I've already had thumbs up. I've had balloons go off, and I've had fireworks.
So I've got plenty of like code 70 switches, and I've got code 70 flex track. So I figured, the first one's going to be an HO scale. It's going to be a switching layout. I'm going to not replicate a scene that I've done on my HO that's sitting in the garage there in Virginia, but I'm going to do something similar because that's where when I run the HO layout, that's where I'm always at, is over by the fuel oil depot, the fuel depot. So I'm going to do something kind of like that for this switching layout because I love to switch, love tank cars. They're just fun, old tank cars, 1940s and earlier. And then some dock scenes, some other stuff. So that's going to be the first layout in Thailand. But I've been still doing things here to kind of get prepped, starting to buy power tools. Got a really nice 1/2-inch hammer drill for like $30 US. And it came with drill bits and everything, because everything here, like you see, the walls, it's all concrete block and skimmed over with concrete skim coat. Again, you don't build anything with wood on the ground because the insects will literally within weeks start to eat it. So you go up with concrete. And I'm going to get cut-off saw. I'm going to get, circular saw. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I'm going to get, that each of the major power tools is about $30. If you get name brand from like US or Japan or Europe, then you're talking, it's almost the same prices in the US. But if you get sort of a regional brand, and it's called Pumpkin because the case that it comes in is orange. It's not cheap China junk. It's a step up, but it's not name brand like American. Nice power tool for about $30 US, and I can't kick on that.
Yeah, that's cheap.
So
That's
do you
about
have
what
a,
we go to Harbor Freight or something and get one of the cheap Chinese things for about that. And
Yeah.
they're good for one use, and then you throw them away.
Yeah, and here I've been identifying and having fun driving around, finding what you would kind of call home stores, because they're just everywhere. Once you know what to look for, you kind of look for a shop that has colored the ribbed ceiling panels or tiles that you have here. You know, they're kind of the ribbed roofs. You go in there, and every one of them you can buy nails, screws, you can get other stuff. You can find a small pile in a corner where they've got power tools. And again, you kind of look through, you find what you're after. They've got a nice small assortment. But then you go from that shop and you drive maybe 2 or 3 blocks. There's going to be another shop. They're going to have more stuff. Maybe they're going to be more electrical. You can get electrical stuff, you know, go to the plumbing. They're just everywhere. And they've got everything. You can go in and you can get it, and it's a fraction of the cost there.
Yeah.
do you have
You get a hammer drill is a good tool to start with because it's an anger management tool.
It is, and I've been having fun. I've been putting shelves up and different things, and it's like, you know, get that thing out there and just it's done. So
You know,
metal,
metal 2x4s instead of wood
yeah,
frame.
wood. You know, you can get wood here, and I've been to lumber yards and different things, and it's essentially the same price as the wood there, but it's dense. I mean, it's dense like wood you used to be able to get 100 years ago because it's you know, old growth. But yeah, they've got like instead of wood, they've got like 1x2 sheet metal, not studs like there, but solid. So you can do that. You can also depends upon what you want to build. Like whenever I do get an outbuilding and I build a more permanent type layout in it, I'm planning on using bamboo for the legs because bamboo is everywhere and it's outside and the bugs don't like it. Yeah. So it's like, if you can get that, it's strong, it's sturdy, and you can put it directly into the dirt, lasts long time. You put it on concrete, it'll last essentially forever.
Now, Bill, is dimensional lumber the same size there as it is here?
It's millimeters, so it's more European, but it's very, very close to the same dimensions as what's here.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I would think it would be. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can get it in ungodly long pieces, like 30-foot long sections of essentially like 2x10. I went into an area and I was looking for like a 1x2 because I was taking an old bed frame that was made out of pallets to make an upright rack just to kind of hang tools and garden stuff. And it was walking through and it's like, there's just this lumber, just long. It's expensive, but you know, if you wanted to build something out of lumber and you had the money, you could do it. But again, you're spending the same amount of money as what you would there, if not more even.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my layout will be, when I build a layout, it'll be, you know, bamboo. I'll use maybe some lumber or some of the metal because you can get the metal cheaper and use that as a frame. Still haven't stopped at the shop / factory that manufactures coolers. But every time I drive by, I see these sheets, and there's some sheets of insulation that they've got out there that are about 2 inches thick, so about the same size as pink foam board. And I'm pretty sure I'll be able to score a decent deal to get a section or two of that once I get to that point.
Now, Bill, how does bamboo work? I mean, bamboo's round. How do they make that into something that you can build with?
Because different sizes, you know, you can get it small and it grows up. You can get it to be huge. And then you can notch it. You can drill with like a hole drill so that you can put 45-degree braces. You run it through. And it's not hollow all the way. It's like cells where the bamboo will grow and then it's capped off. So it's actually got a lot of structural strength. But you can use bamboo pieces and insert a smaller one into a larger one at an angle to make a 45-degree brace. And then you use a small piece of bamboo, drill through, and use that as a peg to peg it all together.
Well, now, see, my brain's thinking, oh, wow, he's going to have a train room that looks like a Gilligan's Island hut. Is that
Kinda. That's how it's going to look.
Yeah.
It should be interesting. And to your point, even today, I was kind of thinking, forward looking about how things would look. Bamboo for the legs. It's like I can do it because it's not going to be portable like the layouts in America. It's going to be stationary. And if I am able to get and use that insulation stuff, it'll be kind of the same. I'll have a base and it'll be up. And I was thinking, I'll be able to take bamboo and sort of strip it, like to get bamboo strips, and then I can use that as my decoration on the side to kind of hide things outside of, the scenery. So it is going to look something like from Gilligan's Island.
So yeah, you'll have a grass skirt around it, like Steve says. And what about putting a hammock in there? You put your hammock in your trailer?
Hammock will stay outside under the carport. But yeah, the grass skirt, yeah, you could. There's like a lot of buildings around here that actually have those grass skirts for the roofing. So it'll be kind of cool once I get to that point. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to get like a container or a prefab building and get it set in the back at some point yet before the end of this year. We'll see. My retirement is going well, but the stock market taking the dump that it did, I'm going to have to be a little bit more conservative early on here on some of the things I'm planning on spending.
Yeah, Bernard says, exactly, Steve, 3-hour train tour till the weather starts getting rough.
And then when it rains, I'll just go in, close the door, turn on the air conditioner, and just let it rain, and I will be dry and having fun.
Yep, there you go. There you go.
Well, gentlemen, I am going to drop off. It's getting late here, so it's been fun. And I'll be back on next week, provided no power outages, no parties going on, whatnot. But
Okay.
All right, Bill.
All
Take
right,
care.
gentlemen. See y'all a little later.
See you later.
I'll see you. And on that note, I won't be here next week. So I'm going to be somewhere between Tennessee and Oregon. So I get to fly to Tennessee probably Tuesday with 6 other drivers, and we're driving buses back to Oregon. So I'm going to be on a road trip. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, be careful on that drive.
Always. What have you been up to, Dennis? Where'd Gail go?
She went to move the water.
She's
watering all of her plants and trees out in the yard.
She's supposed to be on the show.
Bill's not there. She's not going to be there.
She's supposed to be on the show.
Where do you put your water in? Big tank?
She's just the garden hose.
Oh,
She's just moving it, and she planted a
gotcha.
is it a redbud tree, and we planted a maple tree 2 years ago that's not doing very well, and she's trying to make sure that the redbud tree doesn't die and suffer the same fate as the maple tree. And she's got a bunch of other plants out there that she waters every morning and every evening.
Sounds like around here. Yeah.
Well, you get way more rain than we do, though. Like our rain pretty much is now.
Yeah.
Oh, we need
it's like a rainforest in Tulsa compared to where Dennis is.
Oh.
We get maybe 17 inches a year.
Okay. Boy, I sure wish we'd get some here, man. Woo.
Yeah, because I bet all the grasses in the fields out there are already yellow, aren't they?
It's actually a little greener than normal right now this year, but yeah, it's definitely got that burnt turf color. There's still some green in it. It's not pure yellow right now. It's definitely
because some of the open fields here that aren't watered, they've come back green again because we got some more rain. But there for about 2 weeks we didn't have any rain, and they started getting yellow pretty good. So especially with the heat. Anyway, Dennis, I was going to say you had contacted me yesterday about your turntable.
Yeah, I can kind of show you where I'm at on.
Run over there and show everybody else what you're doing.
People are interested. Okay, let me Go back cam. All right. Who's that ugly guy?
Ooh, wow, that's cool.
What is that you're using right now? A tablet?
Yeah, I'm using
Okay.
my iPad. So
Gotcha.
I've got this is all kind of completed as far as how it's going to work. I've got it leveled out to where a track will go through there. I've got a pretty good idea of at least this part of how it's going to go. This is a dual gauge where the narrow gauge spins off, no moving points. And then you can see somewhere in here, it will go onto the spline, and this is what goes off to Maroon Creek. And then this piece of plywood is going to be where the staging yard is for the standard gauge. And right now, I've got it going all the way over here. I'm fairly sure that that was a waste of time, energy, and money, because I think I'm going to end up terminating a two-track staging yard right here in the corner. I'm probably 75% sure that's what I'm going to do. Now let's take a look. You can see here, you know, the wood that is slightly higher than that. That's where Hell Gate will be. And we'll take a look at what I'm doing there.
Now, Hellgate, it terminates right there, correct?
Correct. It's a termination point, and it will have a turntable. And so this is so the high line that's coming across the top of Maroon Creek comes into Hell Gate, which is this piece of plywood here. And I'm going to have a small yard kind of in this area. I'm thinking right now the length of 5 train cars, give or take. I'm going to look at it a little bit more as I go on, but I'm deliberately wanting to keep this a smaller yard. And so I've got this is the main line, and this is one of the ways that I like to try and get you know, a smooth transition is I use a piece of spline. And without getting, you know, overly complicated, I'm building custom turnouts that's just for this spline. And you can see, if I can hold it still, is that this piece of rail here is pretty darn close to the radius of this, which I use this to determine what that would be. And so that's where I'm at right now, is I've got to figure out where in here, because I've got 4 turnouts planned for this area right in here, or maybe it's 3, and then a 4th turnout here somewhere has to go to where the turntable is going to be. So that's, you know, one of those chicken and egg kind of things where I've got to figure out exactly how all this lays before I know exactly where the turntable needs to be off in here somewhere. So that's kind of what I'm working on at the moment, is trying to get all of that to lay the way I want it to, and then work backwards from there back to that corner. So
Hey, Dennis, to save space, you ought to custom build a curved 3-way.
Claude,
That wouldn't be hard to do.
I will politely tell you that you can take that idea and stick it where the sun doesn't shine. That's not going to happen.
That'd be interesting. I don't know that I've ever seen one. It would probably be tough to make one.
Yeah, I would say it would be extremely tough. Now, here's what my methodology was for these turnouts.
JD said
This is what I'm building. You know, the two pieces of rail that I showed you out there goes onto this template. So what I did is I've got one of these Fast Tracks twist ties, and you can shape them to whatever you want.
And that's pretty cool.
So I created the radius that I wanted. I stuck a piece of paper underneath that radius. Then you made sure I knew where my center line was, which you can't really see it on here. But then I taped this to the piece of paper, took the piece of paper into the house, made a photocopy, and then now that photocopy is right here, and I should be able to build right on top of that and get pretty close to the exact radius that I want.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat. That's one of the best things about building your own turnouts.
Yeah, exactly, Jerry.
Yeah.
That's pretty clever way of doing that.
And I think my plan is I'm going to document it with photographs. I may actually submit this to the narrow gauge annual for this year if I've got enough time to get it turned in.
Oh, that would be good for anybody, really.
Yeah, because I think, you know, depending on who you are as a modeler. Now, obviously, if you're just doing I don't know, if you don't overcomplicate things like I do,
yeah,
then you can buy your own buy pre-made turnouts and then make your model railroad fit to the turnouts that you're purchasing.
Yeah.
But just with two tools, you know, a number 8 and the stock tool that you use to cut the stock rail with. I think with just those tools and a couple of 2 or 3 of these, you know, number 8s and number 6s.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know they had them.
Yeah, you can, because those are actually for hand laying. You're supposed to glue them on and then put the rail on and spike the rail in, which would work great. But if you don't want to hand spike everything, because my thought is that I know if I did that in 2 years, probably I would hate it because it would not be holding like it should be holding. I don't know. I like the idea of soldering 2 PCB ties. I like
it's more permanent.
how the electronics work with it, that kind of thing. I just think it's more durable. That's the main reason why I didn't attempt to do any hand spiking, is I just thought the durability of Flex Track and the PCB ties are just superior to anything you could do hand spiking.
Now, is that flexible Fast Track thing scale specific? Or is that an HO one too?
They have them in HO. I believe they have them in O.
Okay.
Standard gauge, narrow gauge. They may even have them in S. I didn't really pay attention there. I know they have them in scale, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Jerry, they're gauge specific.
Right.
Which
specific, not Pacific specific.
Yeah.
So narrow gauge, that one he showed you is HO scale, but it's narrow gauge. So
yeah.
it would depend on what you're building. You want to get the one for that, whatever gauge, scale and gauge you're doing.
Right.
You're beeping. Is the bread done?
I forgot to set.
Or are you backing up?
I forgot to set the yard to a different thing, and I had a turnout thrown the wrong way because I didn't Didn't hit one of my buttons over here.
You were talking. Yeah. Okay. So I see what you're going to do. You're kind of doing a.
Hey, there's Brian. There's Brian.
Oh, there, Brian.
We were talking about you in the green room.
What's up, Brian?
Yeah, we got to get you on here, Brian.
Yeah.
Steve won't be here next week, but maybe we can do it the week after. You have to let me know what week you can do it, and we'll just have to do it then. Steve may or may not be here. He's kind of flighty these days.
Yeah. Well, school starts in 3 weeks, so
We'll get school start for him too soon.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing, and he gets busy with school too. So
yeah.
But anyway, I was going to say, Dennis, is that the Hellgate's on the very high line, like the spline right behind your head? That's the high line. We'll go to Hellgate.
Yeah, if you can see it up there, that's where that spline there is going.
And then it terminates down there at that spot, and then the other track goes underneath that, and then all the way around to the door. Correct? Eventually.
Correct.
Yeah.
So Dennis, you're not going to be able to see your HO trains where that.
Not in that corner. No, they'll have to disappear into the mountain.
Oh, okay.
But then from that point all the way over here to where the door is, they will be visible. Not a lot of standard gauge on the railroad. I want just enough that you can see the two different prototypes together. I like the dual gauge track. I think it's cool looking. Just an element of the railroad that I think is worthy of modeling, but I'm not going to go too deep into it.
Okay, Claude, did you see Brian's content?
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Yeah, you just got to let us know, Brian. Just let me know whenever. It's good for you.
How will you service the trains on that track if the mountain's under it?
I'm going to look into, because right now that wood that's up there, nothing's permanent yet. I believe that I can just push in a track cleaning car and pull the track cleaning car back out.
How about derailments?
I would like to think we're some wood to knock on. I would like to think that I won't have any derailments. It's
deal with it if you have them.
And besides, after this show, it's going to be dead anyway.
Be able to crawl on the underneath side and grab something and pull it back out and re-rail it somewhere else. But I have few derailments as it is. I think that I shouldn't have too many problems just going back in there and backing back out.
Well, Murphy's Law, man. That's where you're going to have a derailment, right?
I know.
Do you have a problem with rodents?
Do what?
Rodents, like mice.
My biggest critter issue in here are the spiders.
Spiders.
They're not the little bitty suckers that you can't see.
Yeah.
In a week's time frame, I will come back, and as I walk around through here, I might hit 3 webs.
Dennis,
you can't see the spiders.
Just bug bomb your layout. I do that in my shop from time to time.
I have considered doing that, but I have wondered what the consequences might be to the electronics if I did.
Well, I've done it here. As far as mine, I've never had an issue.
Never had any issues? Yeah, I might go ahead and do that.
Because I have to do that. Actually, I need to, because...
Does it also help with crickets? Crickets are the other critter that I just despise, which is one of the reasons why I don't mind the spiders too much.
It kills everything.
There's a big old wolf spider in here somewhere this big. I've named Clyde.
No.
And I'm going to let him live, even if he's crawling over the equipment, so that maybe he'll take care of some of the crickets.
No, it'll kill anything. It kills everything.
Well, I think if you bug bomb the place, you're going to kill Clyde.
Yeah. But if everything else dies, I mean, sorry, Clyde.
Yeah, it's called collateral damage.
Yeah, collateral damage.
But no, I'd do that, Dennis, man. Just bug bomb the place.
Yeah, if you don't mind the smell.
It goes away. It goes
Yeah,
away.
eventually.
They have some spray that's for spiders, like
I've got
if that's any good.
some spray that you like go around the bottom of the room with. I do use it. It helps, but I think it's localized, so the little bitty spiders that run webs everywhere, I don't get them because wouldn't even know where I need to spray.
Well, see, my spider is Daddy Longlegs. Man,
I haven't seen too many of those.
oh, that's our spider here, and black widows.
Yeah, but if you had a cat, then they'd probably walk all over your layout, knock stuff over.
I've got a cat, but he's not allowed in here.
Yeah.
Besides that, he doesn't hunt spiders, does he?
Well, yeah. I mean, he's a hunter. I mean, he does a good going crazy after every insect in the house, but he also likes to knock over anything that's got water in it. He's one of those that he might just kind of lay there on top of the arm of the chair, see something on the end table and go, bah, just because. And then he makes her bleed about 3 times a week because he will just dig his claws into her legs for virtually no reason at all.
Yeah, that's why I don't have a cat.
Well, Bernard says just don't use deodorant that day. It'll mask the smell.
Okay, well, I'm gonna take mine.
Yeah,
have you got some stuff to show us, Claude?
I got a little bit to show you.
Cool.
Yeah.
he's been busy.
What's wrong with this thing? I don't know why it does that.
Yeah, I've seen some of the pictures and text messages.
Yeah, I send you guys still every now and then.
Don't forget to make you big before you leave.
I'm going to. I was getting the camera changed first. Okay. Alrighty. You can see the dogs out here waiting on me to come out.
Hello, Annie and Lily.
Yeah, they usually perch right outside the office door when I'm in there with the door shut. Okay. Now, one of the things I got done was I got some light underneath.
Oh, nice.
I need to add a little bit more, but I did get some of that put in. I'm starting to get the buildings laid out up here on the upper deck. Still got the brewery's going to
come a long way.
Say again?
Said it's come a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that was one of the things I built. I built all these buildings, and not been doing a lot up here. But now that I've got most of the buildings done, I've been detailing them on the inside and stuff. I don't have any of them lit up yet, but this is one of the ones I just finished. I don't know if you can read the sign there. It says Lily's Pleasure Palace. So that's the wife's dog. And I did do it. I don't know if I can get it apart now.
Don't break it.
Hang on a second. There we go. Okay, so this is inside the building.
Oh, wow.
The tables and the bar are scratch built. You're not really going to be able to see it except through the window, but I had the pool table and the pool players. And then, of course, I bought some Woodland Scenic stuff that had the chairs and the people sitting. And then the beer glasses and stuff. You see the guy, you see the server with a tray. I had
close up.
So
he's fancy.
Yeah, he's a little fancy for this, but I had 3 of those, and so I took two of them, and I cut the trays of beer and the single beers off, and they're now on the tables in the bar there.
Well, you said it's a pleasure palace. Where are all the ladies?
I've got some, but actually the people sitting down are ladies.
Okay.
But I do have some that'll be standing out front. Then this is the firehouse. This is one of the newest ones I've put in. This is this side of it is Campbell's kit, and then this side is scratch built. I had to have something big enough to get that fire truck in.
Yeah, it looks good.
This was built for in the 1880s when they still just had horse-drawn wagons. So I scratch built this, add on to it, so it looks a little bit more modern. Now my time frame is late 40s, early 50s, so that's what we're working with. But then we have the butcher shop, which still needs to get the roof put on. My daughter built this, actually. My great grandfather had a butcher shop, so that's what that's going to be. I still need to get a sign and stuff on it, and then we got the bank next door to it.
I like that big window to see in.
Yeah, and it'll be lit. I'll light it up also. Then we got the water tower back there. Then over here, I do have the gas station in. I don't have it detailed out yet, but there is actually downtown Tulsa. There's actually a building that looks almost identical to this. That was an old gas station, about the same size. So it's a very good kit, and that's a Woodland Scenic. No, it's not. Yeah, it is too. That's a Woodland Scenics, but it wasn't a pre-built. It was just the white castings. It's a Phillips 66 station. This building won't be there. Move that. Then we got a mechanics building here. I don't remember what kit that is. And then just some residential housing. Most of these will be lit. This is actually a speeder shed right here. But I'm going to use it as a freight depot. And here's this is the regular depot, and I'll get the other side of it here. I need to flip the camera back around so you can see it though. So I can see what I'm showing you. Well, so I can see what I'm showing you.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the
Yeah, that's a cool scene.
Here's the depot. Why can't I get that? There we go. That's where I need to go. That's the front of the depot. I just finished the freight dock, and then there's the speeder shed that can work as the freight. This little the clock will light up on the pole there. Why can't I get that? Here, hang on a second. I'll put this back the other way. Okay. Anyway, you see the light, the clock on the pole there. That will actually light up once I get it wired up. And then right in here is where the cemetery will go.
Next
In
to
fact, the cemetery will be right in this little square space. I think I'm going to have some kids playing ball right here, you know, sandlot ball right there. And then this is the church.
okay.
I showed the inside of this before or not, but there's
Yeah.
church. And of course, I've shown that before. That's the one cattle pen that's up here on the top.
What did you use to do your roads with?
This is plastic concrete patch.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. It goes, you know, you buy it, it's pre-mixed.
Yep. Yep.
I didn't build these up like I did on the bottom. I just spread it with a spatula and then use the creosote colored stain to stain it. But it looks really good on there. It looks just like blacktop. I like the way it comes out on that. Then on the two rods here, you can see I've got it painted about halfway up. Not halfway up, but partially up. I painted those brown, did the other one the same way. I'll make trees there. About halfway up, where
Is that the support system for the upper level, I guess?
Yeah, this goes up to the ceiling, holds the upper level on each end, and then down here I have the angle iron going across that holds this front edge up. So, and of course, this will have fascia on it when I get finished. But yeah, I thought, well, I could hide those rods even better with making them trees.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a good idea.
Come out pretty well. But anyway, that's what I've been working on, getting ready to put these buildings down, get them wired up, because most of them have lights in them. And then once I do that, I'll finish with the landscaping up here, you know, put some more bushes, some trees, a few trees in, stuff like that. And get it finished up. Then I can start doing all the little small detail stuff on the rest of the layout.
Are you basically running trains?
I can on the bottom level. I can run a continuous run with the standard gauge. I can run narrow gauge on there too. I can run the narrow gauge on the upper deck. I've not been doing that because I've been concentrating on getting stuff done. And if I'm in there running trains, then I'm not building. So I'm trying to get it to the point where I'm going to be done with it building wise, or at least, you know, as much as I can. And then I can play with the trains.
They're telling Americans to leave the museum.
Okay. Anyway, so that's what I've been doing. I've been working on those buildings and trying to get those done to the point where I can then finish landscape up there, scenery and stuff on top. And then I can go in and put the detail stuff in, like billboards and the Burma shave signs. And I've actually got a Burma shave sign that lights up like a neon light. I don't know where I'm going to put it. It's the only thing. I think it's going to go on the bottom level on one of the bigger buildings down there. But I couldn't resist it when I saw it, because, you know, I've got the Burma shave signs. Those of us that are older know Burma shave used to have the signs along the country road that had sayings on them, and they had one line on the first sign and then another line is a poem, and then at the end it said Burma shave. And I've got some of those signs to put on there too. So
That's pretty neat.
Get the neon sign. That'll look good.
Yeah.
But anyway, and I've got a lot of sound modules to put on it. I've got cattle sound module. I've got some running water sound modules. I'd like to eventually put one or two smoke modules in, or smoke generators in. You know, one for maybe they don't make one for the cattle pen.
I was good.
That would be
Do
the
they have a
obvious one to use.
Yeah,
But-
you need a smell module for your cattle pen.
Yeah, I know. I can't find the oil for it. So
Who makes those sound modules?
there's
Soundtracks make sound cars.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Soundtracks has the one for the car. You can use it statically too. But I found another one. Let me look, see if I can find it right quick, because I can't remember the name of it offhand. Layout sound. Here we go. I'll give you the name of the place. It's called Engineering. Just NGINEERING.com. And they've got all kinds of, they've got sound cards, they've got lighting kits, they've got all kinds of stuff. It's pretty neat. Let me copy that and I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. They got a big site.
Yeah, it's a pretty good sized site. And those sound modules, they don't cost very much. And you can wire them up like you're wiring LED lights up, basically.
Yeah.
They've got all kinds of different ones on there. So,
Yeah.
and you can wire them up to a temporary push button, you know, so if you just wanted to demonstrate the sound instead of having it go all the time, you can have it run in a loop, or you can do a demonstration where you push the button and it runs through one time and quits. That kind of thing.
Did you order direct from them?
Say again, Jerry?
Did you order direct from them?
Yes, I did. Got them direct from them. Like I say, I got those two. I may get some more. But I do want to put a couple of the smoke generators on. I'd like one for like a coal smell, locomotive coal, to put in the main yard, and then maybe a lumberyard smell or maybe a pine smell
Hey,
somewhere on the mountain.
what
Yeah.
about Roy Hardwick's idea? You just go to a pasture and pick up fresh cow patties.
Well, actually, Roy probably knows this. When we used to, in Scouts, we used to find those where we were camping. We'd find them, and mosquitoes or anything around, you throw one of those on the edge of the campfire, and they keep the mosquitoes away.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I'd want to bring it into the house. I think the wife would like that. Is Jerry going through sounds, or is that Dennis going through
I
sounds?
think that's Dennis.
Not bad.
Yeah, you can hear a sample of each of the sound cards. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
Looks like a neat website.
how do you, does it come as a audio file that you download?
No, it's already loaded. It's loaded on the card. It's loaded on the little electronic board already.
Yeah. And
So all
do
you
you
need.
get one board per sound, or do you get?
Let me run up and grab one of them right quick. Let me show you how it comes.
Because what I'm curious about is there a way to interface it with occupancy detection? In other words, when I pull onto the spur with my cattle pins, can I make it automatically generate, or do I have to push a button?
You know, I was
I
just
like
thinking. I was just, we got the best live stream on YouTube, don't you think? I think this is an awesome show.
I'm glad you think so, Steve.
Yeah, I mean we ad lib an hour.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay. So.
I love it.
This is basically, make this big. We just got a couple of minutes left. This is basically how they come. So it's got its own speaker.
That's pretty neat.
And the sound card, which is right here.
Uh-huh.
Soundboard. And
How much are they?
and a little bit of wiring for it. They're not very much. I don't remember, but I'm going to say less than $20 a piece.
And it's push button actuated?
You can make it however you want. Now here's this one is the Babbling Creek is what I got. And there's a little bit bigger speaker on this one, but it's basically the same setup.
Babbling Creek?
Babbling Creek, well, I've got a waterfall. They had waterfall sounds, stuff like that. And this is the cattle sounds. Tells you the run time on it, all that stuff. But yeah, they're relatively inexpensive. You do have to have some kind of way of turning it on and off, whether it's a push button or a switch or something like that.
Right.
See, that's what
Or
I
you wire it
would
up constantly, you know.
is to be able to actuate it with block occupancy.
Yeah, you can do that too, I'm sure.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a way of doing that. I'll either do a momentary push button or a toggle, one of the two. So if you do a toggle, you could turn it on and leave it on. Just have it on loop and then turn it off whenever you wanted to.
Do you have volume control?
I think it's on the board. I don't remember exactly. You can read about
Like
it.
a CV value maybe that you can enter in. Is it DCC at all, or
It says
is there any variables you're able
No, I think
to
it's
do
just
with it?
DC.
You're getting too
That would
picky.
be that. Do what, Jerry?
You're getting too picky now.
Input voltage range is 7 to 20 volts DC. half-watt audio amplifier onboard volume control,
Oh, so it does have onboard.
16-bit digital sound.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, their input control wires are included. You know, short ones. They're not real long. But yeah, I expect them to be pretty good. I haven't tried
You
them
wouldn't
yet.
want
Had these for
your
a while.
cattle sounds to be louder than your train sounds. Probably would be
No.
my thought.
Yeah, I wouldn't want them louder than that. But and you'd want them just in that area, wherever it's at, like the Babbling Creek. I probably will put that. I can't decide if I want to put it on the front of the mountain where the waterfall is, or if I want to put it on the back. It's going to depend, you know, where it sounds the best. But may put it on the back where I just have a little creek right there, small water deal.
How many volts do you need for it? Is it 12 volt?
It was 7 to 20.
7 to 20. Okay.
Yeah, 7 to 20 volts DC. So, yeah. Now the other one might have been more. I didn't look at the other one. The bigger speaker might be a little bit more.
I bet it's still.
No, it says the same thing. 7 to 20 volts DC. But anyway, it's just another thing you can do on your layout. It's kind of cool. And that put us over time too, guys.
Yep.
Ooh, bookmark.
Do what?
So I'm going to bookmark it right now.
Yeah, it's a nice little site. They've got all kinds of stuff on there. So yeah. Anyway, thanks guys for being here. Everybody have a good rest of your weekend and a good week. And Steve, be careful on the road, bud.
I will. I definitely will. And also,
Dennis and Jerry, I guess we'll see you back here next week.
See you guys. Have a good week.
Take care.
Yeah, take care.
See you, bro.
Bye, Gail.
bye, Gail.